Okay, let's take a look at what a typical week in this semester is going to entail. So here we are. I'm looking at this from the student view, so this is what you should be seeing. Now, currently you will not be seeing this week folder right here, which is next week's folder where we start working with data, but I've got it open here because we're going to use it for a few moments as an example of a typical week. The first week is not typical. So here we go. We're going to click on this. This is going to take you over, and you should get an orientation like this. And as you can see, you've got several content folders here. And as you scroll down, you're going to see there's your exam readiness assessment that you're going to use to assess your learning from this week's work. And then at the bottom, you also have a folder that's called sources of further information used in the lecture. So anytime I'm bringing in additional information, research reports, anything like that that you don't have access to in your textbook, I'm going to post them there. So for those of you that want to go follow up with them, you can. Okay, so let's come and let's look at a typical folder. So if we come up here, and we're going to look at collecting data. Now each one of these, as you can see, is going to provide you with a very brief description of what we're going to be doing for this section of lectures, right? Then you're going to come down and you're going to find here is the orientation of what you need to be doing. Now keep in mind, all lectures and all materials are done with the assumption that you have done the reading for the section. Skipping the reading for the section is not going to save you time in this course. You're going to spend a lot of time backtracking. So the first thing is to read your assigned section. Here we can see it is section 1.4, all right, and you want to build a starting set of notes. When we're talking about starting set of notes, this is basic concepts, terms, ideas, things like that, just to start getting you a feel for it. Then we're going to come down here and you're going to complete the warm-up quiz. So when we go in this folder, you're going to see in a few minutes the link to my math lab where you're going to have your warm-up quizzes. So you need to do the warm-up quiz. That's to just kind of get you oriented to the concept and get you moving forward and thinking about it. The next step is going to be watching the videos. I've taken all of my lectures that I do in class and put them in narrated PowerPoints so that you can have the same learning experience as my students in the classroom as much as is possible. This is going to include working a lot of sample problems with breaks along the way. A key part in understanding and doing well in this course is A, watching the narrated PowerPoints. If you're skipping those, you're making your life a lot harder for yourself than you have to. I'm going to be working problems that are very similar to those that are done in the homework and the exams. 2, as you watch the narrated PowerPoints, when it tells you to stop and solve a particular part of a problem and then turn the video on to check your work, that's exactly what we do in the classroom, and you need to be doing that as well. That gives you the experiential learning of doing the statistics. Okay, so you need to be doing that. And then lastly, down here you can see you've got your homework that you need to complete. So for each week, you're going to be having a series of folders like these that are going to be containing the information, and then you're going to conclude that week's work with doing the exam readiness assessment. Now let's move in and take a look at what's in this folder. So when you go in this folder here, at the top you're going to see the link to my math lab assignments. All right, and when you click on that, once you set up your My Stats Lab, here's going to be your entry into looking at all of the Stats Lab and getting your Pearson system set up. But once you have that set up, it's going to take you into all of the assignments. I'll probably do a different video on that just to show you from the instructor view what those look like. Then once you've got, so that's where you're going to go to do your warm-up quiz. Also, if you have an ebook, you're going to find that the ebook is also, those chapters are also located on the Pearson site. All right, let me know if you have any difficulty getting to those. So you're going to do your reading, you're going to do the warm-up quiz, and then you're going to come down here and you're going to start watching these videos. So each of these videos, right, so if I'm sticking here and I click on this one here,